going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be camping off this cliff face in a little cave down the way and trying to get a fire situated. It's been rainy the past few weeks, but the weather's turned to be beautiful, so we might have to battle with some wet materials. But this tree that you guys are sitting on right now, it's got some bark. We're going to try to grab some of that and just some other random things as we go down the trail. See if we can get stuff, get ourselves a flame with the ferro rod. All right. This terrain here is so treacherous, but keeping sure footing. Also, you guys like my new boots? This guy got them for me. Surprised me right after we got dropped off. Just keeping. Yeah. Just keeping yourself clear of a trip, slip, or fall. It's a bit tricky, but just kind of feel every step that you're taking. Last time we came up here, a bit more snow on the ground. This route didn't seem as hazardous. Funny enough, enough snow to keep you, like that stuff, keep you from falling. And this tree looks like it's about to fall itself. And these are the situations you don't want to be finding yourself in. Could have probably picked a better route over that log, but I'm too busy talking on the camera, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Just about to reach that little platform there. Keep on cruising down. All right. Any creepy crawlies coming to visit? Oh yeah, it's pretty deep too. I'm waiting to see some glowing eyes staring back at me. We are gonna be in a cave tonight. So, kind of curious as to if we're going to be sharing that cave.
The cave monster of Vineland?
I hope not.
We'll be the first encounters. We'll give the story to the media.
But the biggest thing tonight is temperatures are going to drop below zero. I believe -3 degrees Celsius. So getting a fire going is our utmost priority, especially because it's so warm right now that at least I'm working up a sweat, which in turn is going to make me pretty cold when it comes down to it. So the idea right now is just get busy, get out of here, get ourselves situated for the night to come, and I'll probably put away the camera now, taking some of these views, and get back to you guys when we reach our destination. All right, so we've reached our location, final destination. Hope not. Here's the cave over my shoulder. Here's the view.
Check out the hawks.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, the hawks are flying around. View of the lake, view of fields. I think we'll be pretty all right here. So, the discussion me and Quinn have to have now and take a look around is, last time we were here, there was none of this water drippage coming in here. So that's one thing. I mean, it still is a canopy over our heads. The water dropping down is minimal. And inside the cave here, it's still dripping water, but so the ground's a little bit wet. We have tarps and stuff. But then the next big problem is where to set up our sleeping bags. So we're gonna have to take a look around and find a place to lay 2 grown men down to sleep. So I'm gonna keep this option in mind, camping in here, because the heat reflection would be awesome if we could get a fire going, say here, get our camp set up there. But it's just finding flat ground, comfortable ground to sleep, and keeping ourselves warm and dry are the biggest priorities right now. So what we're gonna do is just take a walk around here, find some areas like so that are flat, still have canopy coverage, and just kind of debate our options, have a little chat about that.
Yeah.
And
Look around.
get back to you guys when we have a decision and start to get our camp made. And also, time is 5 o'clock right now, or 4:56. As you can see there, the sun goes down at 7:48. So we have some time, but not too much time. So getting a fire going now would be ideal. But all right, we'll be back. All right, guys. So after a little bit of consideration and just thinking about things, I think we're gonna aim for right here. It's starting to get a bit colder out, so especially the sun is going down, I believe, on the other side of us. So we're gonna go here, there maybe, clear some rocks. There's a pit here, there's a pit there that we used last time. We still have overhead canopy above us. It'll just cover us. Unsure as to if we're gonna do tarp over or just sleep on top of the tarps out in the open. We'll probably need to gather a lot of firewood, keep that fire kind of smoldering at least all night, so we're not overly chilly. The only thing that we're worried about in here, it's a cave, for sure, and it's definitely warmer in here than out there. My biggest concern would be, there's two of us. See, one person could have slept up there on that little built up bit there, but having two of us here, finding a good sleeping location is scarce, along with setting up a fire pit in here. The risk of asphyxiation from the smoke could be to some concern. So, especially with this water coming down here, it'd almost be like a light rain. Well, it's going to be over freezing tonight, so I'd prefer to stay dry. Or below freezing, sorry. So I think what we're going to do, time is now 5:08. We're going to aim to get some fire set up and just slowly get a camp set up. The last thing we want to do is be rushing, because we started to make a cave base here, and just have to change locations because of the smoke when it's dark out, especially with this rugged ground. So I think what we're going to do is set up out slightly into the, sorry, I got a little water on the camera there. Set up slightly out into the canopy here, and that's what we're going to do. Still going to be covered by the canopy, still going to be kind of in this big cave, but just not in this more covered section. This is a little bit less stealthy. I don't know if you guys can see, there's one house down the way that may possibly see us tonight. I doubt anywhere else is really going to be viewing us, and that's by chance if someone looks out the window, so I think we should be okay for that. Main priority now is just getting a fire under us to get this fire started, and getting a place that's going to stay a little bit warm. So the longer the fire burns, obviously, the warmer the ground's going to be. We're probably not going to have a through night sleep tonight. We're going to be waking up cold and trying to get this fire relit. So that's the way it's going to go. Cool side note, inside this cave there's all sorts of I think it's stalactite. It's rock formations from minerals that flow down through the rocks. All this water is just coming out of the rock face, and I would almost be willing to bet this water is clean enough to drink. Crystal clear water. If we set up a little pot underneath that, we could get some water going, but just for time's sake tonight, we're getting here a little bit late. We just brought some water with us, so we'll be drinking that.
I forgot water.
No way.
I think I left my bottle at Ottawa.
All right, I brought some water with us. So now we got to ration some drinking water. Sweet. So we got 1 liter of water for 2 of us. It's
And we got 2 liters of beer.
it'll be all right. Just enough for coffee and oatmeal in the morning. Maybe a couple sips at night.
Dude, all we have to do is drink this stuff. It's
what I'm saying. Look good. Honestly, maybe might be worth setting up a pot underneath here overnight, letting it collect, and then just giving it a boil. All right, we're gonna get to work. Quinn's been shoving some rocks out of the way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go give him a hand, get my hands a little dirty, and get back to you guys when we got a setup going. Look at this man moving the earth.
Okay.
All right, getting it set up. Quinn's just dealing with some last minute rental agreement terms that
Recuperation, signing the forms.
he says even not ideal. He's not one to be on his phone while being out here of old people, but he's got to do what he's got to do, right? So my idea here is gonna be a makeshift bivvy situation. I got my tarp. There's not really many good places to string it up. I'm sure I could. I don't think it's well worth it. What we got here going on is there's droplets of water falling down everywhere on here. I want to keep that off of me while I'm sleeping. It'll add up overnight. The last thing I want to be is wet. So what I'm going to do is lay down on my mat. Got my sleeping bag underneath on top of my mat. A couple layers of tarp underneath me. The one layer tucked over top me. I'll even tie that down with some string if I have to, because I got some paracord. So right now we're boogieing. We're going to move our fire pit just slightly into that little crevice there. And then we have some room to move around. Quinn is trying to make a sleeping area for himself here, and Hercules over here, right? Yeah, we're just trying to get hustling now. 5:20, sun goes down at 7:48. Like I said, last thing we want to be doing is getting stuck out here without any warmth at all to heat us up before bed. So, trying to get that fire boogieing is main priority. So.
Yeah, here's a little trick as well. You know, if you ever wonder where civilization is, it's just where the moss is on the side of the rock. Always points to the nearest city.
All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to feather some of this off and just get a really thin, fine pieces off. With a little bit of wind, it's causing maybe some of this to blow away. But I just want to get a pile of good stuff to catch a spark. I don't want to paper thin, right? So I'm going to try to pile this all here and get a nice little bed, and then hopefully some of that bark will break up too and give me another place to lay this all down into. You in there, that's what we're going to stick with. I got a full pot, some bigger stuff in here. There's a lot of fine stuff in there too. A bit of a mixture. Obviously the finer stuff's falling to the bottom. I'm going to just give it a little shake and then pull some of that out from the bottom. Put it to the side, put the bigger stuff in, and then I'm going to make it on this little paddle here over to the pit. Now, time check, 5:44. Got the knife. I'm going to go get some tiny little sticks. Hopefully get this fire started once we get that lit. And you can see why I've been putting this tarp here. There's water. Lots of it. It adds up quick. Imagine if my sleeping bag was uncovered right now and just absolutely drenched. Put you there. I'll keep that on me. Alright. You guys can see the lake out there. That's beautiful old Lake Ontario. Oh. Let's get some wood, boys. Alright, so plan of attack right now is, current time is 5:49. Look at that little snow pile down there. Snow, still snow. We're gonna gather just as much wood as possible. That way we don't wake up in the middle of the night freezing with nothing left to burn. Trying to get big, small, but mainly some big stuff now. And yeah, failed to cross my mind while cutting across this, cutting up this big stuff. Ooh, that's slippery. Right in here, there's a saw. I saw it on the way in, and completely forgot about it. Not half bad. Oh yeah. Alright guys, currently have the GoPro plugged in. Died last time, so what I was saying was I got these cut open. The good old bush can opener. Probably gonna toss these on the fire. Fire's rolling good. We did have some trouble. Fire staying lit. Trust me. Occupied some time. Sun's going down in about 30 minutes or so. Say no better time than now to throw these on the fire. Grab a better angle at that. Make sure we don't drop these. That would not be fun. Then we got these dinner rolls. It's gonna go well. This. Take those out of the bag and nestle them in that pot in a minute. She'll do that right now. Sorry, it's a little bit unwieldy, this GoPro. The battery. Take those out of there. Isn't that a good little shake out? Alright, got these heated too.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
Living fancy.
Yeah, buddy. Look at that.
Carbs. Let's go.
And we'll just throw these maybe there. Give it a rotate every couple minutes. Get those cooking up. Beautiful. Food's cooking. Sun's setting. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous views. I'm gonna throw this coat on in a minute. It's starting to get chilly. The way it's looking right now is the sun, or the temperatures overnight, they're gonna sit around 1 degree until maybe 10 o'clock. After that, it's gonna go down to 0, sit around 0. It's gonna drop into the negatives around like 3, 4 a.m. So we figure by that point, it'll be early enough. If we absolutely have to, we can get up and get this fire rolling. We're gonna try to keep it going. Just pop out of sleeping bags and whatnot. Just try to keep a good fire going, because the last thing we want to do is wake up freezing and have nothing. So, all right, we're gonna dig into this food and crack a couple of these bad boys. Not the coldest things in the world, and maybe I'm just cold.
I mean, maybe it's all right that they're not that cold. Damn, son.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right. Catch you guys when we're eating. All right, here we have it. Sun is setting. Making our way on these. I think this is gonna be hot enough. Quentin's been digging into his. His
My
was ready.
utensil is very educated. You know.
Totally not primitive. I'm just gonna have a little bit of this sauce, and then I'm gonna dig in off camera. All right. Let me grab a little bit of meat in there. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna give that an honest 7 out of 10. Cat food. Sausages were busting, so we gotta fight that.
Oh yeah, that's hard to beat.
Those were good. But on that scale, that's not bad at all. That's pretty damn good. All right, I'm gonna dig into this, dip some of these in there, and I don't waste your time showing me shoving food in my face because I'm hungry. So, all right, sun's going down. We got the fire rolling pretty good. We're just trying to burn out the food that's left on the inside of those cans. That way it doesn't attract too many things just sitting in there. Nothing's digging around in the cans while we're sleeping. And yeah, we're just taking in the sunset, having a little bit of a chat. These are getting a little bit wet, but it's alright. That's why we made that little bivy bag out of these. So yeah, we're just gonna chill and hopefully make the most out of the rest of the sunlight we got here, and then hopefully get a good sleep. So we'll let you guys know.
Sleep saying, you know, it's gonna be like decently cold. I don't know if you've ever slept in the cold. Like sometimes it's really nice if you have enough layers.
it's quite warm, and it's really nice sleep. But waking up in the freezing cold and feeling cold, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, I mean, when you're cold and you're sleeping, sometimes it's just you wake up, you're like, I am cold, and you kind of gotta force yourself to go back to bed. Make sure your feet aren't cold to the point where you're gonna get hypothermia. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, holy smokes, I need to get some heat. So we have this fire, and I do have like a camp cooker that if need be in the middle of the night, if we gotta heat up our feet or something, just get a little heat in us, we can do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that what we got set up is gonna do us good, and if not, I mean, we're getting picked up tomorrow. So
Emergency line.
if yeah, no, worst comes to worst, emergency services, but at the same time, I'm sure we could figure something out. Get a fire going. We actually did realize that some of that bark that from the firewood we were collecting was the type of bark we were looking for initially, really stringy, fine stuff. So we tried to dry that out a little bit, and we're keeping it in the pack, and we'll rough that up in the morning and try to get a spark into that, or just a lighter flame. And yeah, we're gonna keep this rolling, get these coals really, really hot, and just get this fire pumping up pretty good in a couple minutes. And just hopefully it'll keep burning for a couple hours, and that'll get us through. So we'll notify you guys when we're getting ready to go to sleep, and until then, we got some chilling to do. Alright, it's basically pitch black out here. Got my headlamp. We're getting tucked in to go to bed. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see anything, so I'm probably blinding you right now. See you guys in the morning, and or when we're freezing cold. All right, we hustled to get out of bed this morning.
It's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly. We've been up and down all night. Could not get a solid sleep. I'm sure you guys can't even see me, but we just been basically waking up and having to restart fires with these coals. And now the sun's set to come up in about a half an hour, so we figure we're gonna get this fire rolling pretty good, get ourselves warm, get some warm food in us, and then see what the game plan is. So let's get that rocking. Camera doesn't do this justice right now, but city lights are shining down there. Not really a city, but sun's just starting to come up over there. The sky's purple, like it was right before it went down at night. Fire's rolling hot now. We're gonna get some more sticks on there. We're gonna start making coffee when the sun comes up, and get our oatmeal cooking. Last night, I wanted to get footage of us, starting the fire back up and stuff, but just talking to Quinn, we were in pure survival mode. There was no chance I was pulling this camera out. I was getting warm and I was going back to sleep. I'm battered right now. I didn't get much sleep at all. I think I got maybe like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of decent shut-eye. And that stuff was just me kind of half awake, one eye open, sleeping. So I'll talk more about what our game plan is when the sun's up and you guys can see us a bit better. Alright. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's weird.
Just started up right after you said, alright.
Yeah, no kidding. We got the water on the boil. We got a jet engine over here. Sun is up. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Me and Quinn have just been standing here by the fire, chit-chatting and staying warm. Now we're gonna get the coffee cooked up, get some oatmeal and some nuts in a pan. one too hot. I'll even these out. Do not run away on me. There we go. It's a bigger cup. So. Just a little bit of instant coffee. Should begin.
He gets the job done. Let's go.
All right, so coffee, water's on the boil for the oatmeal. Got the cans pulled out so we can bring those home and throw them out properly. Yeah, we'll probably get this oatmeal in us, enjoy our coffees, and then start packing up. Our ride is actually awake, so we won't have to make that hike in. We'll just have to hike out of here and then get picked up in a nice warm car.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have another coffee waiting for me in there. I gotta let this cool down a bit. I'm just gonna take in the views and have this cup of coffee, staring over this gorgeous landscape here. Now I want to be on the lake. All right, get this coffee completed. See you guys soon. All right, oatmeal is in the cups. My handy camp spoon got stepped on last night in the chaos. So me and Quinn are sharing that bad boy. And only got a touch of water left. Either maybe just take that as a sip before we leave, and yeah. All right, I'm gonna chow down on this. Same. Take
Birds
in the
are
views.
Chirping.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll be back just to give you an idea of what was happening last night. That's icy water built up on top of my tarp there. Quinn's sleeping mat, just sitting out, coated in ice. All these little droplets, some dripping on my head right now, falling off these rocks. I don't know if you guys can see those. See, it's kind of wet. We figured, get in cover, get in the cave, but this actually happened to be the wettest spot here. Like I said, this could probably be drinking water, the way it's kind of being filtered through these rocks, but it turned out for us to be kind of painful. I was getting little driplets on my face. I was tucked in here. I was getting driplets off those rocks smacking me in the face while I was sleeping. My mustache was starting to get icy. I had to curl up and cover my face. I thought I was gonna get sick at one point, but we made it. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna pack up camp and get all this tidied up like we were never here, and get a move on back to the main trail and then back to the car parking lot, and then hopefully we can coordinate it with our ride and get out of here. So all right. Let's get it. And here we are, all packed up. Fire's been put out by undisclosed means. We got the garbage there all packed up, and everything that was here when we got here is still here, and everything
Except for some wood.
Everything that we brought in is packed up and gonna be coming out with us. So I might just do a quick once around, but I'm nearly certain we got everything. And yeah, here's us saying goodbye to this campsite for the night.
Thanks for joining us.
We're gonna make the trek back to the car, get ourselves out of here, and tune in next time for more videos. I got some cool ideas for the summer planned, island camping and whatnot. So yeah, we'll get rocking. This is NTS Outdoors signing off.